Hello, everyone. Once again, my name is Jerry Rothkoff, managing attorney of Rothkoff Law Group, an elder care law firm serving southeastern Pennsylvania and south and central New Jersey. Welcome once again to our continuing virtual interview series, Who's Who of Elder Care Advocacy in the greater Philadelphia vicinity. And with us today, we are privileged to have Chris Holt. Chris is a realtor with Vanguard Realty serving the Phoenixville area and the upper Chester, upper Montgomery County area outside of Philadelphia. Chris, welcome.
Well, thank you so much, Jerry. It's an honor to be here, my friend.
It's great having you, and thank you for your time today. So let's, since your specialty is realty, and specifically the senior market, I want to kind of pick your brain. I know real estate's hot, and especially probably in the Phoenixville area because it's away from the city of Philadelphia. It's certainly suburban, and obviously that's where the move is going. But I want to touch upon related to COVID, of course, and I want to touch upon that. But I also want to touch upon, the senior market, and getting into the psyche of a senior, because it's different than, a couple purchasing their first home, or maybe even someone going from a townhouse to a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath, single home, and to start with their growing family. So, say you have a 75, 85-year-old, or even children contact you. How do you handle that? Because that's a special talent. Not everyone can do that. Not everyone can have the patience. Not everyone can have the mental agility to accomplish that feat, because there's a lot. I deal with these types of individuals all the time. So you have say a 80-some-year-old moving to an assisted living type of setting. Could be a spouse and spouse, or it could be a widow moving after a husband passed. How do you handle that? And could you just kind of walk us through, because that's talent.
Well, thank you so much. And you hit right on it. It's I think the best word is patience. And being that I was in senior care for 10 years prior to being a realtor, and knowing community life or life at home because of what I did in senior care, it's a different gear. You have realtors that we're all type A, we're all going 100 miles an hour. But when it comes to a senior, you really have to slow that down. Just an example, I helped some folks right in my neighborhood sell their house. And when I went back and told, like the guys at the brokerage or whatever, I was like, yeah, I was with these people for 4 hours doing their paperwork. And they were like, 4 hours? What were you doing? I was like, that's how long it took. That's you do it for however long it takes, for however long. I'm not going to rush through, 40 pages of legal documents. They want to know every line. I'm going to sit down and talk to them about every line of the contracts. So that sort of level of patience, I think, is very important. And then just me knowing where they're going to on the other side of this, what they're looking at, like what the dynamics of the kids are stressed because they're trying to find the assisted living. The parents don't want to go. All those things that are wrapped up into a transition, I guess, of moving from your home, selling your home, quite stressful enough. Selling your home, moving somewhere forever, totally different thing. So I think that those sort of things, knowing that going in, you just have I'm able to just, I guess, open my heart a little bit more and say, hey, you know what, this is however long this takes. I'm just going to sit here and help you guys figure this out and be as patient and understand that this is really stressful for you. And I get it.
And I try to instill, and it's interesting, the different psyches of our senior clients who are moving to an independent living, assisted living, mainly because they need some assistance or need assistance in some form of activities of daily living. And some of our clients have no issue. Some will never leave the home, and it's interesting as to how they come to that conclusion. And some people take the thought process that I'm always going to have the memories. This is just a house. Raising my family, my spouse and I had great times here. Now nothing stays the same. It's time to move on. I'm always going to have the memories. The memories will not change. And others, tie themselves to to their bathroom toilet and just, and lock. I'm not leaving.
Yep.
So, and it's fascinating. I don't
It is.
know what I don't know how people arrive at different conclusions, or but it's an interesting issue to deal with, and sometimes you can't change people at all.
Yeah.
So with regard to I know you have a variety of interests, and outside of real estate, I know you have varied interest. I know you do some community service work as well. Can you touch upon your community service work?
Sure, absolutely. Yeah, I'm a musician personally, and my wife and I play a lot around, and that's all fun and games. Before COVID, that is. And yeah. So one of the things that I'm most proud of is I'm a volunteer community educator for the Alzheimer's Association. So I will go and help and teach folks better ways to give better care and better tactics for those suffering with Alzheimer's. And when I was in senior care, I taught for about four years the TIPA Snow methodology of care, and I went and taught all the assisted livings in Chester County. That was part of my job, and I loved that. So I've now transitioned to working with the Alzheimer's Association. I love that. I've been a volunteer at the Coatesville VA Hospital for like 3 years, so I'll go just strap on a guitar and walk through prior to COVID, that is. I will walk through the hospice unit and just play room to room, a song or two for each of the folks. And that has been, it's just super fulfilling because people, they thank me for it. And I come out of there like, what are you talking about? Thank you. This was, what a win-win. I get to play music and enlighten people's days. But
where is your guitar, by the way, as we speak?
What's that?
Where is your guitar?
My guitar, right in the other room, obviously. Yeah, always.
Can you
Always
grab it and play a little something for us?
Sure. My God. Let's go. Now
All right. Well, we'll end it with you with not quite yet, but I just want you to be prepared. I just want to give you a a few minutes before we end. You'll lead us out. How's that?
All right. Yeah, absolutely.
So
absolutely.
so it's a very realtor, musician, volunteer for those with dementia, those with chronic illness. So that varied interest probably really plays an important role in counseling, especially seniors who are downsizing. Obviously, you're dealing with individuals with cognitive impairment. So and as I didn't mention, you're a senior real estate specialist. So that's talent that you only can possess based upon experience and your life experience. And that's a big deal for a lot of individuals.
It truly is. And I'm always, I think that the smartest guy in the room is the guy that knows the guy. And I've always been that person. One of the things, I'm on the board for NetCare, which is the Caregivers Association of Chester County. And so I have access to so many vetted professionals such as yourself, Brian Adler, one of your great attorneys, just sent him a referral a couple weeks ago for a family that's struggling with maybe possibly a guardianship case. I don't know if most realtors would understand what that even means. Right. You know what I mean?
Like, you're not an expert on everything, but you know enough to red flag issues, and that's important. And you recognize when an individual needs help, as opposed to some other. I'm not knocking other realtors, but but individuals who may not have the life experience you have, especially working with seniors with cognitive impairment. They may not fully see all the issues, or it may not occur that, oh, this person needs help in this area. So that's a big deal.
And even coordinating, we just settled on a property and the gentleman had to go into assisted living. And so he went into assisted living, said he had to quarantine for a couple weeks. And, they didn't want him to leave, and, to coordinate that, because I know the executive director over there, because I have such great relationships throughout Chester County of all the assisted livings and, rehabs and everything. that I could just call up my buddy and say, who's the executive director? And she was like, oh yeah, you know what? Yeah, why don't you come in Thursday? We'll quarantine this whole room. And then I was able to coordinate the, the services for the title company to come in, and just through a quick couple texts, I was able to just knock that out. Whereas that would be, quite an ask for someone who just doesn't have those relationships in place.
Pretty good. Yeah. So that's a big deal. So,
Yeah.
so before we end, I appreciate your time, and it goes pretty quick. If you can just play us whatever you feel is appropriate for the audience, give us what you got, okay?
Sure.
We all would appreciate it. Whatever you feel like playing or singing, and we'll sing along. Who the hell knows?
Look at that! It's even in tune, man. I even keep it on the wall in tune.
You always need to be prepared.
Yes, exactly. I'll do a little Johnny Cash for you.
Okay.
Because it's all about love.
There we go.
Love is a burning thing. Makes a fiery ring, bound by wild desires. I fell into a ring of fire. I fell into that burning ring of fire. I went down, down, down in the flames way higher, and it burns, burns, burns. The ring of fire, the ring of fire. And I fell into that burning ring of fire. I went down, down, down in the flames went higher, and it burns, burns, burns. The ring of fire, the ring of fire. Yeehaw!
Oh, as Chase Utley would say, you the man.
You're the man, Jerry Rothkoff. Thank you.
All right. Chris, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for your musical talent. Thank you for all you do for seniors. And we and any of our clients who you do great work for, we'll see you down the road.
Thank you so much, Jerry. It's an honor,
All right.
man.
Stay well, stay healthy.
You too. See you,
Bye-bye.
sir. Bye-bye.